without further ado, let us begin with the Vampire Bat, which is 33 again. It's this. Fay Wray was really busy in 1933. She did King Kong. She did Most Dangerous Game, and she did this. I think she did like 8 movies that year. Girl gotta eat. So, let's get this show on the road. And bring that down. And let's shoot this fucker. Let's make sure we have audio. Hey, Kara, if there's no movie audio, could you tell me? Because we had a fucking disaster last week. Ooh, that is loud. Okay, 1 second. The Vampire Bat. Great, great. Are the levels good? Can you hear me over it? I wonder who did the music, because this sounds almost like King Kong. Good. No, it's the Godfather, Coppola. I'm not shitting you. Let me turn this down to my headphones. That's what's distracting me a little. Yeah, apparently, Francis Ford Coppola was, like a sound designer or something, a real low-level job on another movie for this producer, and he had money left over, and they were shooting in Ireland, and he just said, "Here, Coppola, make me a Psycho ripoff for a couple $1,000, and I'll let you direct it." And eventually, he got fired because the movie he delivered was really, really not what the guy wanted. But enough of that. Let's look and see some vampire beds. You can tell by the way I use my walk I'm a woman's man. No time to talk. Yeah, Fay Wray made it a long way. Wow, those look like real bats. Yeah, I watched a lot of documentaries about King Kong, and they kept interviewing Fay about it. Oh! Burgermeister? The meatiest beer in the country. I almost said in America. Oi.
How else can we explain these terrible deaths? Von Ilse last night. 5 others before him. That's 6 within as many weeks, Inspector. Our friends. Neighbors that we'd known for years. Drained of their life's blood. Found dead in bed. Lifeless skeletons of skin and bone. Vampires are at large, I tell you. Vampires.
Oh, look at this guy, Mr. I don't believe in vampires.
Forth from their graves in the dead of night to attack their victims and drink the blood from their veins.
Yeah, we all know what vampires are, dude.
Cotton Himmelbrecht Schneider, don't jest.
That blood-sucking legend belongs in the same category with werewolves and all other peasant superstitions.
Man, this guy's trying to bring the whole supernatural cast of Darkstalkers on this town.
So,
Oh, now we're switching to bats again.
there was an epidemic of giant bats in Klein Schloss in 1643. And at the same time, there was an outbreak of vampirism.
Rot.
An
And
outbreak?
this record from the town archive proves it.
Says it, not proves it.
Well, I'll show you. I'll show you.
If I was going to write a song,
Here it is.
I would write a Fay Wray song.
And on this day was von Hausmann hanged from a gibbet in the public square after being convicted on a proven charge of vampirism.
Well, how do you
On
prove
this
that?
same day, there did occur the departure of the bats. Thousands of horrible flying creatures which infested the town for weeks. And on the night of this same day, February 13, in the year of our Lord, 1643,
Really?
was there a stake driven through von Hausmann's heart and his head cut off with a grave digger's shovel. There.
You know, there's got to be better tools for decapitation than a gravedigger's shovel.
There are blood-sucking bats, yes. In South America, thousands of miles from here, but not in Kleinschloss.
But bats fly. They could fly here. You saw bodies. All of them.
They can ride the thermals over the ocean.
2 wounds on the neck, pierced and spread apart just as if 2 fang-like teeth had bitten through the flesh and right into the veins. And in every case, a blood clot, 8 inches from the victim's neck, the mark of the feast.
Actually,
the devil's signature.
bat saliva has an anticoagulant in it, I believe, which keeps blood from clotting, so it doesn't have to rebite.
The devil's.
You ought to make a pretty fair meal for a vampire.
Yeah, chubby little devil, you.
Consistent. Are these human vampires or bats?
Vampires can take the shape of a human.
Wow, look
or
at
a
Captain
bat,
Mutton
just
Chops
as
in
they
the
choose
background there.
to
Holy shit.
They're magicians. Well, it doesn't make sense to me.
The whole village is in terror. We live in closed houses, behind locked doors and bolted shutters, not daring to close our eyes.
We live worse than they do in Detroit, for fuck's sake.
Silent death may find us in our sleep, for it is then that it strikes. Swiftly, silently, ghastly. My room is tightly closed. The windows are barred, nailed down.
Which explains why I'm still a virgin.
Nothing.
But they tell me vampires can go through stone walls like that.
God save me.
Jesus Christ.
We've got to do something.
This poor bastard's gonna hang himself.
Will become a deserted village.
Well, you might catch all the bats and drown them in the river.
Carl.
While you're hunting for vampires and chasing bats, I'm looking for a human being. A murderer, a fiend.
Well, then don't jest about it. Do something.
I'm trying to.
Rawr.
Every hour, every day, every night since this thing started.
All 5 of them? Uh-oh, the Wolfman's pissed you denied his existence. He's like Candyman.
Yes. Night after night. Lying awake until dawn. Waiting.
For what?
I don't know.
If I knew, I'd be able to fall asleep.
Good night, gentlemen. Don't let the vampires get you.
Oh, man, he just violated one of the biggest rules in Scream. Now, give me a good reanimated corpse monster over this vampire rubbish any day of the week. There she is. Never... Sorry, honey, I got a little excited.
Don't you like my kisses?
Damn, this guy got paid to kiss Fay Wray. Lucky fuck.
Well, how's my mastermind this evening?
Well, if you want the truth, not so good.
The Burgermeister and his Grand Council still stick to the vampire theory.
Stick to it. Huh. They're quoting history to prove it. I think you and Dr. von Niemann are the only sane people left in the village.
And you? What about you?
Me.
I'm crazy for
My
you,
kids
baby.
think I'm 7 different kinds of fool. Murders are being done under my very nose. I must be as blind as the bats themselves. I can't find a single clue.
Oh, but you will, Carl. You will.
Well, I haven't.
Oh, Ruth!
Frau Blucher!
And here comes dear Aunt Gussie to spread good cheer and hope.
Just what I thought. Slaving your life away in this awful place. It hasn't got that nice, clean, wholesome smell of a hospital. How are you, Carl?
Yes, or like that pleasant Frankenstein castle down the road.
That old place is bound to give me pericarditis, enterocolitis, neuritis, well, anyway, rheumatism.
Well, you know, maybe that choker that's really tight around your neck is cutting off the blood supply to your brain.
Well, there's only 2 cups. Yeah. That'll take the chill out of your bones.
Thank you.
Speaking of chills, Frau Schnappen, did you know the village is supposed to be infested with ghouls and vampires?
Carl.
Vampires. Pariahs among fiends. Demoniacal creatures
Really?
that
Vampires are
feed
like
canine
child
fiends,
molesters
bite
to
deeply
other
into the necks
monsters?
of their victims, to quaff and gorge on blood. Warm human blood.
There's no such thing as a vampire, Carl Brett Snyder. I don't believe in it. You're just saying that to frighten me. And I just won't be frightened. I'm entirely too sensible to believe in
It's a myth, like osteoporosis.
Oh, so it's you.
I'm sorry if I frightened you.
Who said you frightened me?
Oh,
I'm
I'm
not
dressed like a
Susan.
butcher.
Could you tell me where Dr. von Niemann is?
We drove to the village to see Martha, the old apple woman.
Thank you.
Let's go there now through the miracle of film. Nice dissolves. Shut the window. Get your thumb out of her nose. What? Hey, I don't think this guy's a real doctor.
Is this what Dr. Haupt prescribed?
Yes, sir. She takes it in water.
This is horse dewormer.
Well, continue giving it to her.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, we just haven't found a cure for being super old. What the hell? Leon Kennedy? I don't know. Apparently it's just medicine you can take if you need it or not. Should we put a stop to this?
Stifling in here. Open these windows.
Herman open windows. Me do.
What? He did look like Leon.
Well, she'll sleep well now, poor soul.
Yeah, being watched over by the
Rest of
creep
you stay here. A good night's
who has
sleep
worse
will-
personal pronouns than Yoda.
It was kind of you to come, Doctor.
Oh. Martha has sold me apples for many years. Always a good, ripe, juicy one.
Martha, give me apples.
Martha,
I like
ripe, juicy ones too.
Oh, to be. Oh, good.
She wants her cross.
Herman, get. Here.
Herman, there is a 9-foot cross on the wall, and you're going to give her that one?
She won't let it out of her sight.
A terrible experience. To be attacked by a giant bat is enough to shatter anyone's nerves.
She talks about it all the time. How it flew in her face and tried to sink its teeth in her throat.
No. Bats no do. They soft. Like cats.
This guy's a bat sympathizer. Off with his head.
Quiet, Herman. See what you've done.
There, Martha, there.
Sir, do you have a gun? Just
She'll be
shoot,
all right.
shoot this motherfucker in the head.
Let me know.
Thank you for coming, Doctor.
That's all right.
Herman was
Good night.
crawl under sheets and keep her warm. Yes.
Run along, Herman. You can see Martha tomorrow.
Oh, but I wanted to grope her now. Herman, get fluffy pillow, put it over her face. Herman, do. Herman, do. Why do they make this poor schlub walk around town with a
Dr. Von
stick?
Kringen, how are you?
Much better, thank you kindly, sir, since you prescribed for me.
That's right.
Go to bed, Herman.
All
Go
right.
to bed.
The ratio of creeps to normal people in this village is way too high.
I'm afraid.
Afraid? Afraid of what, Kringen?
Herman, look at him.
Big giant bats with wings like an eagle's.
You saw this bat, you say?
I saw it swooping down the street. It came directly for my throat, sir.
When was it, Kringen?
Last night when they came to take Von Eltz, it was a big monstrous thing. I saw it leap across the alley and into a window. I ran just as fast as my legs could carry me.
nothing
Which
about it?
admittedly isn't
There's
very
enough there
fast.
in the village already. Maybe I should. I will. I'll tell the Burgermeister.
Yes, Kringen. That's the thing to do.
No. Bats good. They not hurt Herman.
Yeah, well, they're afraid
You-
that if
you
they
not
drink your
tell.
blood, they're going to catch
No.
the stupid Herman.
No. Go to bed, Herman. Go on, go to bed.
Is Herman actually employed anywhere, or does he just hang out in people's
Say that
bedrooms?
he plays with bats?
His garret is filled with them. He makes pets of them.
That's odd.
No
odd.
shit.
Maybe he's it. Herman prowls around the streets all hours of the night. just like an animal. Maybe he's the vampire.
Now, don't start any gossip about that, Kringen. Heaven only knows where it might end.
Keep blockbuster news like that for the Burgermeister.
Good night. Good night, sir.
Home, James. Miss Daisy, I don't know nothing about no vampires.
No. Nice.
I will love him and hug him and squeeze him, and I will call him Vlad.
See? What did I tell you? Perhaps there's something in what Kringen says.
Seems strange that a human being should want to play with bats.
Uh-oh. I smell a mob.
He isn't human, I tell you. He's in league with the devil.
Oh, he's a queer fellow.
Put it on. Put it on.
No, I wanted you to put it on you, not me.
Now go to sleep. You'll be all right in a few days. The doctor says so.
Close the window. Close the window. I'm afraid. The vampire.
Well, he said leave them open, but I'd have them closed.
See, if she hadn't crossed herself, she might have slammed her thumb in there and hurt herself.
Do you want the light?
Leave the light. I'm afraid.
Well, I can't blame you for that either. I'll turn it down a little.
No, I said turn.
Good night. If you want me, just pound on the floor. I'll hear you.
Knock 3 times on the ceiling if you want me. Man, they love that diagonal dissolve in this movie. Ah, yes, Lord Douchebag.
He's in the laboratory with Miss Burton.
Oh, thank you.
Morphe, yay.
Ah, here you are.
Good evening, Doctor.
I was trimming his incredibly sharp mustache.
Well, I'd feel a lot better if I could find a solution to these murders.
Well, I'm sure they're not down here.
Of course not. Do you?
There are many strange happenings, my boy.
Wow, he has
Many mysteries beyond the power of the human mind to
Oh, who
comprehend.
was in City
Have you a
Slickers?
theory which might explain
The
these
guy who talks
Well,
like
I'll be
this.
pleased to discuss it with you, but not now, not now.
I can't
have some
remember
very
now.
important work to
Shit.
do.
Well, tomorrow then.
Tomorrow? Yes, perhaps. We'll see. Oh, this isn't so important, Miss Betty, that you can't let it go till tomorrow.
All right, thank you, Doctor. Oh, how about Martha?
Huh? Oh, nothing serious. Just a case of nerves, that's all. Good night.
Good night, Doctor.
Good night, Carl.
You going out in your lab coat, Faye? Just leave me down here with your delicate experiments. Jack Palance. I knew it would come to me eventually. I have to like empty my head when I'm trying to think of something or else it just won't happen because my stupid brain doesn't work unless it's completely devoid of anything in it.
Name.
Martha. Moore.
Age.
102.
Don't know.
Cause of death.
Like all the rest.
The vampire.
Yes, that's so. When I
This
said
was
I
not a
gonna tell
boat
you,
accident.
His eyes going up like coals of fire. Then reached out towards me, as if he were going to sink it into my throat.
Herman, right? Is the servant's
He
name?
never works and never begs, and yet he appears well-fed always.
That's so, he does.
Well, what does he live on, then? I'll wager it's as Kringen says.
And my woman was in Martha's room tonight when Herman put a flower in her hand.
Strange business, if you ask me. Mighty strange.
I hate to be in your shoes, Kringen.
Yes, after what happened tonight, I've locked myself in my room. And
Oh, the
prayed God
female,
to
the
protect
Frau
me from the
Blucher
devil.
woman? Or, the woman with the severe bun. It's Kringen's wife. I don't know if they've named her yet. I'm not acting oh no, I'm sorry. Herman not acting suspicious. The early beta test for Red Dead Redemption 3 is not going well. Wow, autopsies were very public affairs in this town. This guy has spent the entire movie taking off and putting on his cloak. Rip, she's dead, all right. Herman, read the room. Oh, Herman's got that VIP, the VIP pass. He gets to go right to the front of the line. Cloak man, in color.
Well, what do you make of it, Doctor?
Well, she's dead.
Are these two wounds similar to those found on the other bodies?
Dr. Haupt can answer that for you, sir.
Yes, it is.
Same in every case.
This is a strange condition, Carl.
Dead?
So
Yeah, I
strange
guess.
that I doubt the evidence of my eyes. What was your conclusion, Haupt?
I diagnosed the wounds as having been made by needle-sharp teeth. Punctures are clean cut, penetrating into, but not beyond, the jugular vein.
Yes, it's pronounced
You mean
jugular.
You also believe they could have been made by teeth?
Frankly, I do.
Ah, you see, Brett Schneider?
Oh my god, his name is Brett Schneider.
An animal of some sort. It's hard to say. The fangs of a wolf, perhaps.
What?
A werewolf.
Could
What?
they have been made by...
These guys leap to the worst
Well, a bat,
conclusion.
for instance.
This is Twitter in these in 1900s.
Yes. There are vampire bats. Dr. William Jamison, who explored many of the tributaries of the upper Amazon, states that blood-sucking bats do exist. Further
Jugular.
research, the victims often become blood drinkers themselves.
Excuse me.
Citing a case in which he saw a native tortured to death on an anthill by his tribe brothers.
By the way,
swore
vampire
he had
bats
become a
attack
human
the
bat.
ankles.
And states
If
Jamison,
a regular vampire bat bit into your jugular, it would
You mean to
sprut
say
up
that such a
like a
thing as
kid
a
trying to
human
stick his
vampire
mouth on a
is
hose,
possible?
a garden
who
hose.
can say? Historic records would have us believe that an evil soul, assuming there is such, can take any shape it pleases.
So take
why
Herman
not
here.
bring to that of a human being? Eh, Carl? Why not?
Have you any literature on the subject, Doctor?
Yes, I have many...
The Stroker fellow wrote a guidebook or something. I don't know. There goes the cloak again.
Mind admitting that I'm up a tree. Stumped.
Well, we'll see what can be done, my boy.
No, Herman. This is no place for you. Go
No,
away, my boy.
no. Keep your hands off the corpse, Herman.
Good night, Hal.
Good night, Doctor.
In the morning, Carl.
Thank you, Doctor. I'm sorry to have dragged you out too much of the hour.
Oh, that's all right, that's all right.
Oh, that must have been a mirror. I think Herman needs help.
Fleeing in horror from the sight of death.
There goes the vampire. Arrest him. Lock him up. Kill him.
Has the entire village gone mad? Herman wouldn't harm a baby, and you know it.
I've walked the streets of this village for over 40 years.
And plus, she's no
But
baby.
at the end, he knows that I've totally played with bats. He knows that I saw him sneak into Martha's house just before midnight.
Perhaps he was taking her another flower, Kringle. The boy brought her one this evening while I was there.
He killed her just like he did all the rest. And now he's gonna kill me. Unless he's killing a stake driven through his heart, I'm a doomed man. He'll kill me. He'll kill me. I'm doomed. He'll kill me.
Okay, I'm sorry. Here. Community theater trained him well. Yes. Pardon me, Satan, but I do believe you've killed an old woman, and I Great, they disapprove. Look, alright, I'm not going to say that I've ever looked at Fay Wray like that, but I've totally looked at Fay Wray like that. This guy has got a Torgo quality to him. Like, big time Torgo. That's a Mystery Science Theater reference for y'all. I gotta do Manos to Hands of Fate at one point. Then y'all know what I mean when I go.
Good morning, Mr. Brett Schneider. What brings you to Klein Schloss so early?
You.
Sybil, I heard the doctor tell Georgiana he expected you.
I knew there was something else.
Whoa, he just
You're
had a switch moment.
barricaded call, but not a very convincing one.
Early tests of the primitive iPods were not very useful.
You don't mind me using your stethoscope, do you, Doctor?
Not at all, Frau.
No, sanitize the earbuds
What
when you're
seems to
done,
be
though,
ill
lady.
this morning?
What's that? Oh.
What seems to be the ailment this morning?
Well, Doctor, I am positive that I have valvular leakage of the aorta. Or maybe it's the right ventricle. There is something wrong with my heart. I can hear it beat, thump, 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 just like the book says.
Well, if you didn't hear it beating thump, 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 just as the book says, I would say there is something wrong.
What?
But why did we go from that to that?
You have a heart of stone.
All right.
Yeah. Speaking of things that are hard as stone.
No.
What the hell?
So, young lady.
It's too early in the morning, Carl. Much too early.
Oh, is it?
Oh, there's Aunt Gussie.
Huh. Otherwise known as cockblocker.
She would show up just at a time like this.
I was just about to finish.
Well, Aunt Gussie, what's the matter now?
I have palpitation of the auricular, ventricular, and mitral valves.
Plus, they gotta take my foot off for the diabetes.
You mean your heart's beating?
Of course it's beating. Dr. Von Neelen tried to assure me, but I know it's serious. I'm liable to go just like that.
Did he prescribe for you, dear?
Yes, monacid ester, salicylic acid.
He prescribed me some get the fuck out of here pills.
Salicylic, help me. My heart is much quieter. Hello, Carl.
Hello.
Oh, Carl, you'll be good to her when I'm gone, won't you?
Yes, of course I will, Frau Schnappmann.
Well, I'm not gone yet. You can't marry her unless I say so. Don't forget that.
No, somebody needs to touch her boob. She might as well be her.
What you need is what?
She is cupping herself rather copiously, though. Not even Faye's disgusted.
Aunt Gussie has a heart like a steam engine.
Good lord, this guy. Good lord, this guy. Oh, there's a lot of bad men in this movie. I see you. Ew, is that the fucking apple he licked? No, she claims she's having a heart attack, but apparently it's just her left tit. Alright, Herman, if you don't want to be thought of as a creeper, stop walking like that. What the fuck is going on? I think by there she would be able to smell him. What the hell was that?
Don't you know it's wrong to steal? You cut yourself.
See? Blood.
Yes. Stop it, stop it.
No hurt me. No hurt.
I'm so confused by this
Now,
scene.
you wait right here and I'll run in the house and get something for that finger. A subcutaneous wound like that might easily result in a tetanus infection.
Tetanus lockjaw. Not that you need the authority.
Christ, for this movie, it'd be a fucking blessing.
You've got it already. Look, here's a nice juicy apple for you.
Okay, she's worried about him getting tetanus from the knife, but she had an animal dangling from her finger.
Ah, this is it. Traits sur les apparitions des esprits et sur les vampires by Augustin Dom Calamet in 1746.
It was a very good year.
Let us suppose that these corpses do not actually stir from their tombs, that only the ghosts or spirits appear to the living. Wherefore do these phantoms present themselves, and what is it that energizes them?
This is a very scientific tome.
Which has not yet departed to its final destination?
Fiddlesticks. A harmless corpse buried under 4 or 5 feet of earth. Get out to do any such foolishness. I don't believe it.
It's a fair question, Doctor. How could it?
No matter how stupid the person who posed it.
The vampire dematerializes its body and reintegrates it outside the grave.
It's a good explanation, if you can believe it. And while I'm standing here listening to all this rubbish, there's a poor man in the garden in danger of a tetanus infection. Now, what should I do for him, Doctor? Shall I apply mercurochrome or 2% solution of bichloride?
Well, either will do.
As long as he gets you the fuck out of my room.
Thank you, Doctor. I'll wait here.
Difficult to believe, isn't it? It's impossible to believe.
And yet, it would explain these deaths, wouldn't it?
As a wise man once said, when you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains, no matter how
that's right.
improbable, is
Ordinary
truth.
intrusion, Dr. Von Niemann. After what you saw last night, you'll be interested in this as well.
What happened?
Someone stole my hairbrush.
He was found dead an hour ago, with the 2 punctures in his neck and not a drop of blood in his body. And what's more, Herman Gleib has disappeared.
What?
Now you're convinced that we were right and you were wrong?
That'd be proof enough for anybody. Kringen said...
Mork?
Get him
Oh
and he
god,
did.
Nanu, Nanu.
Albrecht Schneider?
I appoint you my deputy. Organize a searching
What?
party and comb this countryside from one end to the other. Find Herman Gleib and bring him in, but don't harm him. Do you understand?
What good will that do?
Wait, where did
He's
Chatterbox
the vampire.
go?
There's only one thing for us to do.
She knows he's in the backyard.
Kill him and drive a stake through his
Herman
heart.
Gleib will be tried by a court of law.
This is the guy he deputized too. The guy that wants to drive a stake to the fucking guy's heart.
Not you. I'll get your men together and do as I tell you.
That's the way to talk.
I'm going into town for a little while, Doctor. Would you care to come along?
Oh, I hardly believe so. This isn't the
You're
usually
nightmarishly
fine
boring.
boy. Meet me then.
All right, thanks. I'll let you know.
Masher?
I feel I was going to faint. Oh, there, Auntie, there's nothing here to be afraid of. Here comes Amo with your mercurochrome and bandages. Run along now and take care of that patient of yours.
Oh, heavens, I forgot all about him. Oh,
Yeah, you forgot that the subject of the manhunt
poor Auntie.
is in
She's
the
had
back
every
fucking
ailment
yard.
With a long aunt, I'm afraid.
Particularly a palpitation of the auriculoventricular
Dude.
tricuspid and mitral valve, Doctor.
I'm not gonna spoil House of
Well, I had
Ashes,
to tell her something to
but
satisfy
it's
her.
insane and awesome. Wait, where the fuck is this? Make sure you don't run into Captain Kirk and the Gorn fighting over there. Yeah, I think it's the best game they've done since Until Dawn, House of Ashes. It's really good.
We've got him. He can't get away from here now. Some of you go around that way. Go ahead. And if he tries to get past you, you know what to do.
No, wait. You misunderstood. He said he wanted a little pussy, not a little posse. Where? When did we invade the caverns? You're gonna finish it tomorrow night. I'll see if I'm gonna be around to cop on your stream, cause yeah, I want to see your take on the end of that game.
Herman, you're going back to the village with us. Come on.
Stop acting like a murderer.
No. No, won't go.
Wendy, you didn't let me finish my sentence. I said I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains in.
No.
You're going with us.
No. Come on. Come on.
Really? Yeah, 30 guys and not one of you thought to outflank him?
Come on, Herman. We won't hurt you. Come on.
No.
He's gonna jump.
No.
He's gonna jump. Oh no, he landed on a dog. Oh. Yeah.
That settles him.
Okay, we didn't drive a stake through his heart, so we technically didn't kill him.
You've got to make certain
I won't go down there.
nobody asked you to. I'll go myself.
Just drop a torch down there. He's gonna go up like he's so gin soaked. He'll go up like a
On the
goddamn
ledge
torch.
About 50 feet down. I'll get a rope. We've got to make certain, I tell you.
Someone told me Dr. Strange stole my cloak idea. What? Nice bow tie, sir.
You must be careful, Emil. Very careful.
Nani?
No. It must be. It must be. She's no better than the rest. I've got to go on.
I am confused. Oh, okay. He's doing something behind this locked door. Oh my god, is this idiot doing blood? Is he, like, extracting people's blood for experiments or something and then setting it up to look like vampirism? New from Master of the Universe, Sponge Man. I love the straw sound effect. Oh, I think you're going to be a leader shy or so there. For whom the bell tolls. Jesus, will you get the door, please? But I don't know who that wasn't this guy. That was the other guy. God damn it, I'm a little confused. Like, I think he like formaldehydes the people, knocks them out, and then brings them down to the basement. But how are they not, like, how is Fay Wray not there when he does this?
Oh, it's you, Doctor. Good evening.
I'm sorry to have to disturb you, Doctor, but we simply couldn't make Georgiana hear the bell.
That's quite all right, my dear. Georgiana's becoming careless. Very careless.
Yes, I've noticed
I
that
might have
too.
to fire her if
My
she's not
opinion,
dead.
She has nagana. That's sleeping sickness. You know the symptoms, Doctor. A first I thought it was creeping paralysis, so I stuck a pin in her leg to see. And there was a splendid reaction of the reflex motor nerve.
Why, Auntie.
You're shocked.
Why, Auntie, you're a babbling cunt.
Will you join in some coffee? Yes, thanks, Doctor. We will. There are a few questions I'd like to ask you.
About blood and murders and vampires, I suppose.
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Well, so am I. Well, good night. If such a thing is possible, I'm going to bed.
Won't you join us too, Frau Schnappmann?
Coffee at this hour of the night? No, thank you. I'm going to stick to my monacid ester salicylic salad. Acid, doctor, acid. Good night.
You know, of all the people to die in this town, why the fuck is it not her?
What's the news in the village, Carl? Have they located Herman yet?
No, not a trace of him. I hate to think of that poor misfit being hunted down like a dog.
Or hunted down and tossed on top of a
I can't
dog.
bring myself to believe in that vampire theory.
Will you pour, Ruth?
Certainly.
Of course, I'm me being a woman and all.
Our saner, calmer judgment tells us that such things can't be, and yet, here, for instance, in this ponderous tome, are cited 1,001 phobias and complexes that human beings are heir to. Some of them are strange, more untenable even than werewolves and vampires. Could I have some more, please?
You drink entirely too much coffee.
Well, it's my one weakness. And also my excuse for tolerating Georgiana.
I'm thinking of starting a little store called Starbucks.
She does know how to make good coffee. Thank you. She brings it to me every night at exactly 10 o'clock. And when I've drunk it all, then I know it's time to quit.
Yes, and eat breakfast so you can have more coffee.
Oh.
Oh, Faye's so cute.
Georgiana, you mustn't lie like that.
And you shouldn't lose 90 pounds.
Yourself to try to cool it. No, sit next. Georgiana.
Wow.
That was Auntie.
That was a good Fay Wray scream, actually.
Maybe it'll help Frau Schnappmann to her room.
She might have a head wound. Let's toss her around a bit. My God, she's a hammy actress.
The same 2 wounds, Doctor.
My last words to her were angry ones. A petulant reprimand for being late with my coffee.
What time was that?
About 2 or 3 minutes after 10.
She's been dead then about 45 minutes.
Well, how do you know that? You didn't take her rectal temperature. You can't know that.
Bloodless like the rest. It passes all belief.
Look at how sus he is.
Ruth's aunt saw Herman Gleib in the garden this morning. Could it be that he... You were the first one here. What happened?
I was in my room reading. My door was open. I must have dozed off for a minute or so.
Wait a minute, he wasn't the first one here.
Scream.
You say your door was open?
Yes, my room was very poorly ventilated.
And you saw nothing? Heard nothing unusual?
Don't blow it, Emil. Ixnay on the Empire Vay.
Carl, what is it? This crucifix belonged to Martha. See who it is, Emil.
Can you positively identify this as belonging to Martha?
Without a doubt. I saw it in her room the night she died.
And God knows they don't mass-produce
Herman Gleib was
crucifixes.
in her room. He had that crucifix in his hands. And Herman was here today.
That's it.
Maybe here now, for all we know.
That idiot bought it. I'm scot-free. Doesn't make any sense, though. Why would he kill the woman who makes him perfect coffee every night?
Who is it? Oh.
How is she?
She's had a real shock this time, but she'll be all right. I'm putting her to bed.
Leave her there. Don't let her out of this room. And don't you leave it either.
What do you mean?
It looks as if Herman Gleib is the killer after all. It's possible he may be hiding here in the castle.
Why, what makes you think so?
I'll tell you later. Stay in your room and keep your door locked.
Don't worry about that.
Because it's the best way to keep your creepy ass out. All right, we'll be here.
Every word he said, and I don't think there's any use for them searching for Herman. They should look for a dog, a human-faced dog.
Andy, the door
A human-faced dog.
Nothing to be afraid of now.
Oh, who said I was afraid? I'm not a bit afraid.
No, of course you're not afraid, but you must get some rest.
Rest in this awful place with dog-faced Hermans and human-faced bats and blood and murders and vampires.
Ugh. How is she still alive in this movie? You're never supposed to murder in your own home.
Anything, Carl?
There's an unbroken cobweb in that window. If Herman did it, he came through the door.
He must have. And yet I don't understand how he could find his way up here without us hearing him. Yet Amy was asleep, and I was in the library. Yes, he could have done it. The facts all point to it.
Except the fact he's been dead for 20 hours.
Meister. He has news for
Welcome
Herman
back.
Schneider about Herman.
Oh.
Sorry, Gobnut, we went and threw him off a cliff. Yes, the doctor apparently has a meal under his power and is kidnapping people and drinking their blood and returning them.
About Herman?
Yes. He fell into the devil's well in the cave.
He's dead?
Dead as a doornail.
Oh,
This
shit.
ends our troubles, Carl. The vampire's dead. I can feel it in my bones.
Well,
yeah.
your bones may be wrong. What time did this happen?
Quite early, about 9 o'clock. The cave is nearly 2 hours from here. That's why we didn't hear it sooner.
Well, it may interest you to know that there's been another death after your vampire died.
So there's multiple vampires.
Right here in her own room.
Mother of mercy. What are we going to do?
But a natural death wouldn't kill a vampire, Carl. You know the accepted theory.
I think Carl might start
Oh, yes.
to smell
That's the
bullshit.
theory, all right.
But
What?
they did. They drove a stake through his heart.
Good God, are we living in the Middle Ages?
It wasn't so
Well, no,
much
just the
accident, Carl.
early 1900s.
Masawa did it. He told me so himself.
Well, that ends the vampire theory as far as I'm concerned. Herman Gleib died in the accepted fashion for killing a vampire. Oh, no, there's some human agency at work here, Doctor. A madman who kills to satisfy some violent, sadistic urge.
I've been planning this for years and I'm thwarted by an idiot.
Did they leave his body in the cave?
Yes. Yes, they did.
Well, in view of what's happened, don't you think you owe him a decent burial?
You're right. In view of what has happened, we do owe him that, Carl. I'll see to it at once, this very instant. And
You
I'll
might
make
want to wait till
arrangements
morning,
for Georgiana's
you idiots.
removal to the morgue. Good night, Doctor. Pardon the intrusion.
Good night, Gustav.
Pardon the intrusion.
Pardon the unnecessary manslaughter.
Here I am, just where I started weeks ago. There isn't a single theory that doesn't lead straight into a stone wall. I've jested about this vampire business because my better judgment told me it was a lot of nonsense. Then I reached the point where I was willing to accept even that, because it seemed to satisfy the equation.
All of it a bit superstitious.
Especially when you're being manipulated by a mastermind, such as, oh, I don't know, me. Have another coffee.
Why? Why?
Calm yourself, Carl.
Calm myself. Calm myself. With all these unsolved murders staring me in the face, and no...
Oh, I got a bad feeling that Carl's gonna get a real first-person view of
How much blood
this.
is there in the human body, Doctor?
About 6 liters, approximately.
Can you think of any purpose for which that amount of blood might be used?
Transfusion?
No. Not even in transfusions.
That's the point which stops me. There isn't any other use for human blood. Murderers leave clues. And these atrocities are murders, Doctor. Those simple fools in the village can believe what they like, but you and I...
Well, even if it was a vampire, it's
And
still
you know and I know, Doctor, that
murder. Ooh, blood pudding. Yes, maybe he's trying to be the Guinness Book of World Records
Right under this roof.
for the biggest blood pudding ever made.
All right, I'll start here. I'm going over every foot of this place, both inside and out. Nobody, sane or insane, is clever enough to get away with murder without leaving a clue of some sort. And I'm going to find that clue.
Come, Carl. You mustn't
Carl, stop being so vigilant.
These
What? Wait, poison sleeping tablets?
will
What?
have to give you a good night's sleep. If there are any clues, they'll be here in the morning when your nerves are calm and your mind is clear. Take my advice and go home and rest.
I imagined 1,000 demons were after me as I came down those stairs.
Ruth, didn't I tell you to stay in your room?
Yes, but I wanted the doctor to come up and quiet Auntie. You know, it isn't her imagination this time.
We got audio desync there for a
Take
second.
my advice, young man. Go home and go to bed.
Good night, Carl.
Good night, Ruth.
I might sleep a little better if I had some company in my bed, Ruth. Just saying.
Good night, Carl.
Good night, Doctor.
Apparently, it's the type of blood poison that doesn't affect the blood. Although I don't think he wants to drain him. I think he just wants to get him to shut up. Wait, what? Wait, what? Right, that was Herman right on the roof. Hello, here. It's a singing telegram from Mr. Hyde. Yeah, the dog must have broken his fall, and then they must have decapitated the dog and drove a stake through its heart, and by mistake, in the darkness. Oh no, that's Emil.
If his lights are on, you must wait, Emil. Wait until he has gone to bed.
Alright, I think maybe the sleeping poison isn't like poison. I think it just knocks you out so bad that you get taken down to the thing without a fuss to get your blood drained. Because remember, everyone who's gotten attacked had a drink before bed. The old lady did. His housekeeper did. Yeah, time to take off 6 or 7 layers. Go to bed. Wow, those are some silk-ass pajamas old Carl's wearing. Nothing calms the nerves like a good old smoke. I'm dreaming of Fay. What I don't get is the telepathic connection between old Dr. Creeper and and Emil here. Dun 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 dun.
Handle him as you did the others, Emil.
Oh dear.
You are strong. Very strong. I am waiting for you. Waiting
Ew.
for you to bring him to the laboratory.
Oh, I might have said too much. He looks like he has to take a really hard shit. Come on, Fay. Put it together. Fay, what you doing?
You're the one. What mad thing are you doing?
Mad?
Uh-oh.
Was sold the secret of life to be considered mad? Life, created in the laboratory. No mere
Yes.
growth.
Kong had good taste.
Living, growing tissue.
Even though she was a blonde in
Life
that movie, and I
that
prefer her
moves
as a brunette.
and demands food for its continued growth. Huh. You shudder in horror. So did I the first time. But what are a few lives we weighed in the balance against the achievement of biological science? Think of it. I have lifted the veil. I have created life. Wrested the secret of life from life. Now do you understand?
No, not even remotely.
Who have gone before, I have created life.
I'll tell Carl.
He's already a donor.
For tonight, Carl's name will be added to yours. And all of those whom this achievement will immortalize.
Well, Spongy, what do you think? A little more Fay? Yeah, I thought so. Fay, that isn't how you wear a mask. Dr. Fauci's gonna be so pissed at you. I can't tell what it is in the tank. I think it's a heart, but it might just be like a sponge. Whatever it is, he couldn't possibly be feeding this thing 6 liters at a time. You're kind of cute. Maybe I shouldn't murder you. There's like less than 3 minutes left in this movie. They're gonna have to resolve this somehow.
I didn't take your sleeping tablets, Doctor.
Well, how did he know? Wait, he didn't realize through his telepathic connection that Emil was not. Wait, I'm confused. You are getting sleepy. I swore you wouldn't wear a gag until our wedding night, my dear. Well,
Emil brought them here. He's the one who murdered them.
Stay where you are.
wait,
You'll have a chance to tell everything, Doctor.
really? Carl? Really?
I'll take care of Von Neumann. Get her out of here.
Wait, what? What? I am really confused by the climax of this film. Why is everybody standing right next to the guy they're gonna shoot? Bang.
You stay here.
Whoa, double tap. Wait, what did Emil... Wait.
Von Neumann and Emil.
Oh, dear God.
Carl, she mustn't see them.
Where is Dr. Van Neumann? I must see him immediately.
He's in hell.
He can't be disturbed.
Oh, but I must see him. I simply must. That hydrous magnesium sulfate he gave me is affecting me most peculiarly. You'll pardon me?
For the love of God.
Hydrous magnesium sulfate. Well, that's Epsom salts.
I don't know. Epsom salts is what I put in my foot water when my feet hurt and I need to help my feet not hurt anymore. I put Epsom salts in the water. The last 5 minutes of this movie confused the fuck out of me and broke me a little. I don't know why any of that happened. I have no idea what was in the tank. I have no idea why Emil was doing his bidding and then didn't. I have no idea. Uh-oh. Was No Time to Die bad? Fucking movie made over $600 million worldwide. Ugh. Oh, okay. So, that was the Vampire Bat. Oh, okay. I've never seen a Bond movie from start to finish. But yet I've watched The Vampire Bat. My priorities are not great.